Yes, BAFTA. Yes. Push it down. Okay. Hair off.
Sorry, cleaner's entrance is actually over there.
No, I'm Bumisola Ikumelo. I'm hosting this year's BAFTA Craft Awards.
Yeah, right. I think we all know it's Stephen Mangan.
Listen, I may not be Stephen Mangan, not many of us can be, but I am Bumisola Ikumelo. The first black woman, no. The first BAME, oh no, we're not saying BAME anymore. The first melanated daughter of the Nigerian sun to host this here BAFTA craft event in its entire 21 years. I am child of Dr. Chief Claudius Ni Ikumelo of Okitipupa, niece of Sub-Chief Babatunde Ikumelo of Akure. I am not a cleaner, I'm your host, and as such, I demand some dignity and respect. Let's do this, shall we? Welcome to the British Academy Television Craft Awards in 2021. I am your host, Bumisola Ikumelo, Bemi to my friends and to my Uber drivers, Jessica. We're here tonight to honour and celebrate the skills of British television talent. I'd like to start by thanking Mad Dog 2020 Casting, our official TV craft partner, and our category sponsors, 3 Mill Studios, Adobe Premiere Pro, The Farm, HotCam, Microsoft, Sarah Putt Associates, Screen Skills, High-End Television Skills Fund, and Spotlight. But tonight isn't just a celebration of talent, though. It's a declaration that award shows don't have to be these stuffy affairs that you have on in the background while you try to set up a cryptocurrency account. No, they can also be exciting and groundbreaking and fun. So tonight, for the first year ever, may I introduce the Carnival BAFTAs. There'll be soca, giant floats, Auntie Mavis selling patties in between nominations. And for the big finish, the lead singer from Aswad will fly in on a rubber ring filled with... What do you mean there's no Carnival BAFTAs? What am I supposed to do with that big sign? And these very tall ladies? I'm sorry, I pitched my ideas to the powers that be and they loved it. How about belly dancers?
No.
Donkeys?
No.
Aswad flying in on a giant rubber ring filled with...
No.
So I'm hearing maybe. I'm sorry to all ladies. They don't care about Carnival BAFTAs, so just go. Go home, get changed, leave. But don't worry, tonight is still a night of firsts. And to start, we begin with our first 2 awards of the evening, which are particularly special as we celebrate the emergence of new talent within the industry. No longer are we breaking through things, but rather we are now emerging with all the poise of Cuthbert the Caterpillar, leaving the chrysalis of the budget aisle and re-emerging as Colin the Caterpillar in a very similar aisle, but now able to charge much more. Actually, I asked BAFTA to promote my new line of Caterpillar cake. I'm very proud of it. This one is Kunle the Caterpillar. They're still considering it.
No.
This year's nominations for Emerging Talent Fiction, sponsored by Sarah Putt Associates, are an exciting mix from the world of sound, script and directing. So let's have some cake and take a look at the nominees. Kunle, you rock. Emerging Talent Fiction, sponsored by Sarah Putt Associates. Georgie Banks Davies, I Hate Susie.
All teams got hot. A little bit more to do. Okay, so we'll maybe like raise an eyebrow or something, just to sort of mix it up a bit. Yeah.
Do you want?
Harry Tully, Anthony.
Do you want now? Like.
He wants me to roll up to that church.
William Stefan Smith, On the Edge, BBW.
Smile like I belong, like he didn't forget about me for so many years. You know, when his daughter was born, I found out through my Facebook feed. And I was bawling because I was jealous of this child that would receive all the love he never showed me.
She hasn't done it. Right, okay, let's get one thing clear. We're not leaving here without you.
Stephen S. Thompson, sitting in limbo.
I'll let you get some clothes on.
The hell?
Is that fair?
No, that's not fair.
She'll go with you.
Unbelievable, man.
Quickly, please.
Don't touch me.
This is ridiculous. 50 years I've been in this country. 50 years.
You can't do this to
Longer than
people.
you've been alive.
And the BAFTA goes to Georgie Banks Davies, I Hate Susie.
No, I'm 100% serious, honestly. No, hold on. Sorry about that. I'm just on the phone to my 6-year-old self. BAFTA, thank you so much for making our dreams come true. And to Billy, Lucy, Julie, Andrea, Liz, Cameron, for taking a shot on me. I'll be eternally grateful that you brought me on this incredible I Hate Susie adventure with you. To Rox and Alex, without you, none of this would ever have been possible. Thank you. And finally, to my love Tashi, to you I say all the things that Malcolm should have said to Marie. Now I've got to teach a 6-year-old how to drink. Thank you, BAFTA. I'm absolutely 100% serious. Well, listen, we are going out tonight. Yeah, you should definitely wear that. That would look great, yeah.
No, it's not unprofessional. I just want to have a bit of cake. No, it won't leave a stain. Will you To present our second award for Emerging Talent, Factual is a TV legend. He's an actor, comedian, producer, presenter of some of our most loved documentaries. It's the one and only Sir Tony Robinson. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Berry. I'm on Camber Sands. I'm having a few days break. I've got sand in my hair. I've had wind in my face all day. And I've just finished doing a month of all-night shoots, dusk to dawn. So I'm feeling a bit bonkers, but I'm just sane enough to know what an honour it is to be asked to give one of the BAFTA Craft Awards this year. It's such an exciting time for television at the moment. So many new faces, new ideas, new attitudes, new narratives, both in front of the camera and behind it. And it's in that spirit that we want to tell you about the nominees for Emerging Talent Factual. Let's have a look at them.
Emerging Talent, Factual.
They knew what was wrong.
Ashley Francis Roy, Damilola, The Boy Next Door, and The Real EastEnders.
Put them in North Peckham, put the trash in North Peckham. Living in hell. You move people into hell and then you call them devils. And it makes me so angry.
Big Les has even got them some matching clobber.
When we got the matching Air Forces, that melts my heart, because I love twinning with my dad, you know. The only reason why I like brand name clothes is because of my dad's. It's like I like to be him. Like, you're my idol at this.
Oh, come in.
Candice Abiola, Terms and Conditions, a UK drill story.
Now, an organisation called Operation Shutdown are making a stand. Now, they've got a lot of mothers and fathers who have lost sons to violence, and they're asking the government to take the problem seriously. Tomorrow, they'll be demonstrating outside the Houses of Parliament, asking for the government to call for a special Cobra meeting to discuss this knife crime.
Jessica Kelly, the schools that chain boys and Silicon Valley's online slave market.
يوصل خير والله ان شاء الله. بس اننا احنا بنمشيها بسرعه عشان نجيب الخدامه. اكيد وسعرها عارفينه.
احنا حكينا بالتفاصيل هذه كلياتها.
وجهها بشوش طيب ما تعرف كلمه لا.
Like, where was the demonstration? Like, was it in London?
On the corner.
Marion Mohammed, defending Digger D.
On the corner, I cut you, took a picture, showed some support and that. Was there. And then all of a sudden after that, get a phone call from probation like, you shouldn't have been protesting. I'm like, what? They're like, police are saying, aren't we gonna recall you? I'm like, why? What did I do so wrong? And then...
And the BAFTA goes to Marion Mohammed, defending Digger D.
I can't believe I've won this. Thank you so much, BAFTA. I want to say a massive thank you to the BBC for kickstarting my directing career. It's been hard getting a first gig, so thank you for your amazing support. Bijal Patel, Claire Sillery, Fiona Campbell. Just a big up to the cast, Digger D for trusting me with his story, Cecilia Goodwin for being amazing on and off camera, Bills, Quabs, all of Groundworks, all of Mixtape Madness, and obviously my amazing team, Emma, Sam, Andrew, Becky again, and Audrey.
Great costume design has always been the marker of a production's excellence. And if any of you wonderful designers also know how to get cake stains out of woolen crepe, it would be appreciative because this isn't working. The nominees are... Costume design. Rosa Diaz, sex education.
And Standby Spunk.
Rock is coming on. He's on.
Stop the show! Stop! The show is over! Why are the Gruffs ruining my show? Colin!
James Keast, Belgravia.
Oh, well, saved. Really, what is this newfangled tea? It's not that I dislike a light luncheon to carry one through to dinner, but why can't one sit at a table?
I think the point is that one isn't trapped. We can all move about and talk to whom we like.
Well, I'd like to talk to you.
Jacqueline Duran, Small Axe, Lovers Rock.
Beautiful ladies far and near, let the fellas know you're here. Hey! From the sounds of American sound, whoa!
But fairy tales usually end at this point.
Amy Roberts, The Crown.
They lived happily ever after. This may be because fairy tales regard marriage as an anticlimax after the romance of courtship. As husband and wife live out their vows, loving and cherishing one another.
And the BAFTA goes to Jacqueline Duran, Small Axe, Lovers Rock.
Thank you, BAFTA, for voting for Lovers Rock. It was a joy and a privilege to be part of Small Axe, along with Lisa Duncan and Sinead Kiddow, my fellow costume designers on the series. Congratulations to all of the costume nominees. I didn't know James Keast personally, but along with the whole costume community, I was greatly saddened to hear his untimely death, and I'd like to dedicate this award to his memory. Thank you.
Hey, you ask a Nigerian to host an award night, you're going to have a costume change. Or 6. Up next, sponsored by Spotlight, is scripted casting. So if any of you are out there watching tonight, remember, I have a wide range. And to present the award is the very talented star of the soon-to-be released movie musical everybody's talking about, Jamie. Please welcome Max Harwood.
I'm here.
You're here! I'm so happy, Max. There's another human in the studio, apart from, you know, Ola.
Oh, she looks great.
No, she doesn't. Go on, Joe.
Harsh. Should we get to the nominees?
Yeah, go on.
This award celebrates the people behind a wonderful cast. They can pick up a script and just know who fits the part, or they will work tirelessly to discover new talent to bring them to the forefront of our screens. They are the true matchmakers between story and actor. So let's look at the nominees.
Scripted casting, sponsored by Spotlight.
Captain, I would like to know why you are protecting a known Ba'athist and friend of the regime.
Kate Rhodes James, Baghdad Central.
May I see your ID, please?
Your favorite policeman is responsible for the arrest, torture, and execution of my father and my brother.
Your ID, please.
My friends call me Wheats. My sound is gonna be called Crucial Rock.
Gary Davey, Small Axe.
Crucial Rocker. Next time you want to make your order, no forward here. Call this number. Pull up your brief now.
Why is your face not moving?
Lauren Evans, Sex Education.
He bullied you. For years, Eric, he's a horrible person.
No, but people can change.
If he's changed, then why is he making you sneak around at night?
It's romantic. Something that you wouldn't know about because you're too busy pretending to have feelings for your girlfriend when everyone knows that you're actually in love with me.
No, take that back.
You take back what you said.
Shaheen Baig, The Third Day.
We need to get Ellie and Lou. We need what, weapons or something.
guys,
Is that
we're
what we
not
do?
going back.
No, I know that, but we need to get our girls. We need to go and get them.
They're
Get out.
safe with Jess.
No, they're not. They just killed that man. How can you say
Because
that?
I'm who she wants. We need to get help.
And the BAFTA goes to Gary Davey, Small Axe.
Thank you, BAFTA. This will mean so much to the entire Small Axe family. A big thank you for including casting directors in these awards and our friends at Spotlight for sponsoring. Steve, you're a genius, truly inspirational, amazing to work with you again. Thanks for sharing these stories. Our wonderful producers, Tracy Scofield, Mike Elliott, Dave, Anita, Susan, Charlotte, the BBC for being so supportive throughout. There's a wealth of acting talent in the UK and I had the pleasure and privilege to help showcase some of these alongside the maestro. I love my job. It's a great career path for all young people to consider. There is a new course at the NFTS. Thanks to Alex Howes, my associate, and to Jessica in my office. Please watch the Small Axe anthology. They're truly amazing. I share this honour with all our brilliant actors. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, BAFTA.
Great directors are well versed in leading a team and providing said team with the guidance to bring their vision to life. Essentially, they are the major general of the platoon and they lead from the front. Always on their feet and always on hand to support their crew. Oops. Making snap decisions that could affect everything. I don't know, make it brighter. Let's have a look at the nominees for Director, Multicam. Director, Multicamera. Marcus Viner, ENO's Drive and Live, La Boheme.
Harvey and Jeanette Monroe.
Nikki Parsons, Strictly Come Dancing. Bridget Caldwell, the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance.
We received news that the enemy was building up in France. The 100 plus, 200 plus, 300 plus, 400 plus. And you look around you and you think, my God, there are only 12 of us here. You know, where do we start?
Ken Burton, Rugby League Challenge Cup Final.
Now it comes, Gale, Luke Gale with a drop goal, and he peels away in celebration of the moment because he knew the moment it left the boot, it was going over. Thumbs up for Gale, not quite match one yet.
And the BAFTA goes to Marcus Weiner, ENO's Drive and Live, La Boheme.
I'd like to thank the brilliant team at Sky Arts and everyone at the English National Opera. Something Else are a fantastic company to work with. The creative vision is wholeheartedly supported and never compromised. So thank you Jez Nelson, Janie Valentine, Leanne Richardson and Steve Yule. A big up to Sam Keogh and all the camera team, to Claire Mathias and Don Beresford in the gallery. On a personal note, I'd like to thank the legendary multi-camera director David Mallet, who gave me my first opportunity, and also my wife Kate for her constant love and support. Thank you very much, BAFTA.
The following award is for Director Factual, and here to present is actor, funny man, writer on the beloved Sex Education, and incidentally, he's also written the best song I've ever heard about mangoes. It's none other than the hilarious Mawad Rizwan!
Mango, mango chutney, mango chutney, mango, mango what?
We're basically at a rave, Bemi. Oh my God. So obviously, as someone who's written a song about mangoes, I know all about making serious, hard-hitting art. So here are the nominees for Director Factual.
Director Factual. Teresa Griffiths, Lee Miller, A Life on the Front Line.
It's very hard, I think, for women today to understand the degree of the risks that she took.
You see that in Lee Miller's eyes. There is a flame there that is ignited when you see those photographs.
I wanted to ask about what you think of me making this film.
I'm very pleased, actually.
Xavier Alford, Locked In, Breaking the Silence.
Talk to people, other people will be comfortable with you because you are same sufferers.
It sort of forces me to address the illness and look at it.
That's good.
It's living, dear. It's living. It's kicking.
Dia Khan, America's War on Abortion, Exposure.
You killed your baby, you shameful...
Don't be a whore! Don't be a slut!
All the judgment that society puts on it, it's hard not to feel guilty.
I knew that I would be coming against these abortion chambers. I knew that I would destroy them.
Major combat operations in Iraq have ended.
James Blamel, Once Upon a Time in Iraq.
The United States and our allies have prevailed.
Mission accomplished. Yeah? Seriously?
And the BAFTA goes to Teresa Griffiths, Lee Miller, A Life on the Front Line.
A director's only ever as good as their team. So this is for everyone. For Rachel and Angus, for Jono and Claire, for Chris and Hannah, and for all involved in the making of this film. Thank you very much.
So now it's Director Fiction, sponsored by 3 Mills Studios. Shout out 3 Mills, that's my end. East! This year there's an exciting mix of directing debuts and previous BAFTA nominees. The conductors of the set, the action of the edit, of the stories we have been engrossed with over the past year. And boy have I needed fiction over this past year. Here are the nominees.
Director Fiction, sponsored by 3 Mills Studios. Michaela Cole, Sam Miller, I May Destroy You.
bed than I am.
You're drunk, Marianne. If you were sober, you'd never ask.
Lenny Abramson, Normal People, episode 5.
The answer that I want.
Obviously, it's the answer that you want.
Let's go upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually are upstairs.
Check 1, 2.
Steve McQueen, Small Axe.
Match with sound, bring the vibes each and every time. Shouts out all the ladies worldwide. All the girls looking for a man tonight. Bring the vibes each and every time.
She was very original and lots of fun.
Benjamin Caron, The Crown, episode 3.
Oh, he was simply marvellous.
What can you tell us about the actual wedding?
We're not that far on yet, but for now, we're delighted, really.
I see you're going to bring a deep and lasting joy to the nation.
And the BAFTA goes to Michaela Cole, Sam Miller, I May Destroy You.
Thank you, BAFTA. This is an incredible honour, it really is. On behalf of Michaela and me, I'd like to say thank you to our entire cast and crew and production. You were utterly brilliant, and I'm so proud and was so happy with what we achieved. I'd also like to say thank you to Michaela's mum, who actually appeared in the show and said the immortal line, "Boys will be boys." And I'd like to thank you for having Michaela.
Coming up next is the award for production design, sponsored by Microsoft. For an actor, every aspect of production assists in the creation of the character and becoming that person. And nothing helps more than being able to step into a world where that character belongs. The nominees are... Production design, sponsored by Microsoft. Helen Scott, Small Axe.
The place stinking of vanish.
When we have cook-up, no one will smell nothing.
We need a little something to make the place look nice, no?
You're asking me? And all day Kendrick sitting on the backside?
Kendrick, run down the market and get some flowers for the opening night.
Joel Collins, Robin Paber, Robert Washington Hayes, Charlie Lynham, His Dark Materials. Samantha Harley, Alexandra Slade, Miri Katz, Samantha Cliff, Sex Education.
We are the children of an idle brain. In the moonshine's watery beams. Through lovers' brains we gather night by night.
No, please!
Matt Gant, Megan Bosall, Gangs of London.
What else can I do?
No, please! Please don't kill me! No, please!
And the BAFTA goes to Helen Scott, Small Axe.
Thank you, BAFTA. Thank you, Microsoft. It's just wonderful to receive this award. I'm completely thrilled. Good design is a team effort, of course, and I thank every member of the art department for their creativity and their individual contributions. I'd like to give particular mention to Adam Marshall and Hannah Spice, who are long-term collaborators of mine, to Steve McQueen for inviting me to participate, to my agents, Sylvia and Julian, and to my husband, Charles. Thank you all very much.
Now, sponsored by HotCam, we have the award for Entertainment Craft Team, or as I like to call it, the I Can't Believe Strictly got another nomination this year. My God, will they let anyone else have a go award? The nominees are... Entertainment Craft Team, sponsored by HotCam. Mark Bus-Cowley, Roy Callow, Steve Kruger, Andy Milligan, James Tinsley, Mathieu Weeks, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
There's nothing you can do. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for
David Bishop, Darren Lovell, David Newton, Richard Silito, Andy Tapley, Catherine Land, Strictly Come Dancing.
Bradley's in studio doing his opening lines to camera, which he always records in total silence. But not today.
Andy Milligan, Mark Bus-Cowley, Gurdit Mahal, Rob Ashard, Claudine Taylor, and Index Saturday Night Takeaway.
As a team, they have the chance to win thousands of pounds. There's just one thing standing in their way.
What is going on behind there?
You're transporting sheds back there?
David Bishop, Andy Payne, Lucy Foster, Last Night of the Proms. And the BAFTA goes to Mark Bus-Cowley, Roy Callow, Steve Kruger, Andy Milligan, James Tinsley, Mathieu Weeks, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yaki da, as they would say in Wales. Firstly, we'd like to thank all the crew and all the suppliers who worked very hard and pulled together, turning this project around in less than 3 months.
Thanks to the production team for finding and facilitating the site, and the local community for being so welcoming.
To the design teams that built and lit the magnificent castle.
And to the creative and technical teams who came together to get the show on air every night.
Thank you, BAFTA, for recognising their achievement.
And thanks to our families for letting us disappear to the middle of Wales for weeks on end.
You may have often heard it said, if the director is the captain of the ship, then the editor is the sea. No? Well, that's because I just said that right now. But it should absolutely be a thing, because whether it's in the factual or fictional space, great editing can elevate stories and take them to new heights. We can slow things down, speed them up, and have audiences holding their breath as you piece together stories and give them depth with your very clammy, over-defined computer fingers, you clever things, you. Here are the nominees for Editing Factual, sponsored by Adobe Premiere Pro. Editing Factual, sponsored by Adobe Premiere Pro.
They dragged Billy out.
Anna Price, Once Upon a Time in Iraq, Episode 3.
And I remember thinking, don't look. Because what you see, you did. And what you see you can't look.
Claire Guillon, Lee Miller, A Life on the Frontline.
There's still so much that Man Ray did with Lee Miller that was groundbreaking. I don't think anyone had ever seen photography as that sort of daring.
I was completely incapacitated. I couldn't breathe, my heart was racing. And within hours, all of my major life organs were shutting down one after another.
Adam Finch, Putin, A Russian Spy Story.
Clearly thinking, this is it. This is the end.
It was weird being back here. Yeah, and I didn't do good with the reintegration.
Will Graben, Once Upon a Time in Iraq, Episode 2.
All I could think about for a while was waiting for the IED blast. And I'm driving, this guy comes around and totally gives me the finger, and I swear to God, if I'd had my 9mm, I would have blown his brains out right there.
And the BAFTA goes to Claire Guillon, Lee Miller, A Life on the Frontline.
Well, that's amazing. I'd like to thank director Teresa Griffith and also Rachel Hooper and Angus McQueen and everybody at Erica Starling and Lee Miller. Thank you very much. Thanks.
And now Editing Fiction, sponsored by Adobe Premiere Pro. Here are the nominees. Editing Fiction, sponsored by Adobe Premiere Pro.
And read the words on the cover. Now! I swear by Almighty God.
Chris Dickens, Steve McQueen, Small Axe.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I should give, the whole truth.
Now remember, I'm your boss, Guinness speaking. You can see, look on my foot, or my feet, whatever you want to call it. You can see I've got a figure.
Did you ever think about asking me to the depths?
Nathan Nugent, Normal People, episode 5.
I know it's such a stupid thing, but I'm curious whether you thought about it.
To be honest, no. Yeah, I wish that I did. Would you have said yes?
Editing team, I May Destroy You.
What's your name? Yeah. What's your name?
I'm a five-star. Twisted five-star.
Pia Di Chawla, Quiz.
Charles? You've just won.
And the BAFTA goes to Editing Team, I May Destroy You.
Thank you ever so much, BAFTA. A huge congratulations to my fellow editors on I May Destroy You. A massive, massive thank you to everyone involved in this phenomenal project. And a very, very special thank you to the wonderful Michaela Cole.
And I would just like to dedicate this award to a dear friend and amazing mentor who sadly passed away in January. He was a huge part of the I May Destroy You team. So Jason, this one's for you. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Having been on many a makeup truck, I know there's nothing like starting a shoot day in that magic chair and watching these absolute wizards transform a sleep-deprived, uncaffeinated actor into an actual character with stellar hair and makeup. Tonight's nominees for hair and makeup design have used blush to take us back in time, lipstick to resurrect an Iron Lady, and a slew of colourful wigs as crucial story motifs. This award is a reminder that you are seen, that you are special, and that you are valued. Thanks, Laura.
I'm Chloe.
Whatever.
The nominees for makeup and hair design are...
Makeup and hair design. Louise Coles, Sarah Nuth, Lorraine Glynn, Erin Ayanian, The Great. Kate Hall, Emily Young Mills, The Crown.
Quiet! Yes.
The merriest of Christmas smiles?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Did anyone blink?
With over 1 million black people living here now is in grave danger. Yeah, right, truth, no?
But that shouldn't come as a surprise then.
Jojo Williams, Small Axe.
I think the Black Panthers need to actively prepare in order to defend the black institutions and businesses that can come under threat.
Like Frank Critchlow over at the Mangrove. Come on, man. Frank is not interested in the movement.
Bethany Swan, I May Destroy You.
Line. Sing him. Have you got the syringe? Can I see it? No one's coming, you know. Men really don't use the toilet. It's mad.
And the BAFTA goes to Jojo Williams, Small Axe.
Thank you, BAFTA, for this amazing recognition. Firstly, thank you to my incredibly talented and diverse makeup and hair team. This award truly represents us all. Thank you to Steve McQueen. It really was an honour and privilege to work with you. Thank you to everyone at Turbine Studios, our amazing cast family, my agent Michelle and Hadley for everything you do. To my mum, my dad, my husband and friends, thank you for always supporting me. And a big shout out to Antonia, our second AD. Our team really couldn't have done it without you. And to the West Indian community, I hope we've done you proud. Thanks again, BAFTA. Thank you.
We are now halfway through our night, and in a bid to keep you focused and not looking at TikTok videos of dogs rapping along to Cardi B, I wrote my very own tribute to the original music nominees. Whilst I did have a bit of a mare trying to get this over the line, I think in the end, the powers that be loved what they heard. Yo, but I'm just because my BAFTA nominees 2021 original music, showing the people them how it's done. Baghdad Central, the third day, The Crown against Roadkill. They'll slug it out like Tyson against Holyfield. Now these composers know the deal, using the motor skills to play chord progressions that will make us all emote and feel. They're playing crop chicks and minims and semiquavers and I had some more things about like allegros and Italian sounding musicals. No? I can work on it. I can really make it. No? Okay. Yeah, I heard it. Wasn't great. That was some of my best work. Never mind. Nominees for original music are original music. Martin Phipps, The Crown.
Thank you.
H. Scott Salinas, Baghdad Central. Harry S. Scott, Roadkill. Cristobal Tapia de Villa, The Third Day, Episode 3. And the BAFTA goes to Harry S. Scott, Roadkill.
Thank you, BAFTA. I was incredibly honoured to be nominated for this award, and I feel very lucky. Roadkill was just a brilliant thing to work on. It was a great script, a fantastic cast, led by Hugh Laurie and Helen McCrory, and Michael Kaler, the director, was really clear from the beginning that he wanted the score to be bold and bright and brilliant and full of tunes and melodies. It was just a dream job for any composer, to be honest. And we recorded it back in the depths of the first lockdown in April and May last year. So every musician was available. We had the pick of any musician on the planet, and the band was phenomenal, led by the wonderful Kit Downs on the piano. Thank you to all those brilliant musicians. Thank you to Tom Bailey, who recorded and mixed everything and worked tirelessly to make it all sound a lot better than it actually is. Thanks to Ben Pearson, to Catherine Manes, to everyone at Air Studios, at Assault and Battery Studios. The list goes on. It takes a large team of people to make these things. And I love you and thank you all.
Now it's time for us to take a pause this evening as we remember the talented colleagues and friends we have lost within the industry over the past year. Now we move on to the award for Sound Factual, and to present it is EastEnders legend and soon to be seen in the film Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Please welcome Ellen Thomas, or as I like to call her, Mama Ellen.
Ah, Bemi, my daughter.
My mother.
Hey, my fine, fine daughter.
You are welcome.
Hey. From a lion's roar on the plains of Africa at night to the roar of a Formula One engine, this year has been a truly incredible one for sound. The nominees for Sound Factual are...
Sound Factual.
Just listen.
Sound Team, Springwatch 2020.
It's just layers, layers of birdsong. Chiff-chapping, just started. Robins, blackbirds.
Richard Condell, Alex Outhwaite, Adrian Sandu, Hitsville, The Making of Motown.
There's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying.
Nick Fry, Steve Speed, James Evans, Hugh Dwan, Formula One, Drive to Survive.
Car doesn't want to turn. Its tires are dead. We need to hope for a miracle. I think I'm in big trouble, guys.
Ear-tugging.
Kate Hopkins, Tim Owens, Graham Wild, Paul Ackerman, Tom Mercer. Earth at Night in
Is
Colour.
important preparation for hunting. Priming their ears to maximise their sensitive hearing. Each family member has its own unique way of doing it.
And the BAFTA goes to Nick Fry, Steve Speed, James Evans, Hugh Dwan, Formula One, Drive to Survive.
And the celebrations have erupted here with the news that Drive to Survive has won the BAFTA for Best Sound. Even Toto's celebrating. I've just had a message from the team. Nick, Steve, James and Hugh would like to thank BAFTA for this amazing honour. Huge thanks to the location sound teams, Formula One, Box to Box Films, James, Paul and Tom, and of course Netflix. Also Paul Jones and Ed Smalley and everyone else at the farm.
The stress of people talking on set, Instagram notifications going off, planes flying over. Actually, not many planes this year. Anyway, these nominees are legends for keeping a cool head when working.
Sorry, Mama Ellen.
The nominees for Sound Fiction are...
Sound Fiction.
Why won't anyone tell me the truth?
John Thomas, Gareth Bull, James Ridgway, Dylan Bennett, Alan Hoffman, James Drake, His Dark Materials, Episode 7.
Eve. Eve. The mother of all.
Redouble our militancy. Spill more blood so that the crown retreats and leaves Ireland forever.
Sound Team, The Crown. Paul Cotterill, James Harrison, Ronald Bailey, Lewis Morrison, Small Axe.
Marianne?
Niall O'Sullivan, Steve Flanagan, Niall Grady, Normal People.
This is Connell. Oh, right. Hi.
Conal Waldron,
from beyond the grave.
And the BAFTA goes to John Thomas, Gareth Bull, James Ridgway, Dylan Bennett, Alan Hoffman, James Drake. His Dark Materials, Episode 7.
Thank you, BAFTA. Big thank you to my team, Jason, Rory and Mirine. And a thank you to Jane Tranter, Dan McCulloch and Rupesh Parekh and all at Bad Wolf.
I'd like to thank the sound editorial team, Linda Forson, Adam Hawley, Grace Averbook, Matt Waits, Hans Owens, Christoph Ortel, Carsten Reichter and Jim Taylor-Beeson.
I'd really like to thank everyone in our amazing Technicolor teams in both London and Cardiff, especially John Fleming, Lou Stevenson, Charlotte Lang and Will Stanton. This means so much to us all. Thank you.
And huge thanks to Stephen Harron and Basha Lalek and the incredible music team headed up by Lorne Balfe and Al Green. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Presenting the award for Photography Factual, sponsored by The Farm, is the winner of a National Diversity Award, previous BAFTA nominee, and is currently playing Sally St. Clair in Hollyoaks. Please welcome the wonderful Annie Wallace. Hey, Annie.
Hello, Bemi. How are you?
I'm good. I am loving the sparkles in the background.
I know. Well, it's an occasion.
It is.
Got to push the boat out a bit.
Absolutely.
So, here we are. Archive footage of the mafia and a herd of sheep. We've seen it all this year. These nominees have captured the stunning beauty of the natural world and the concrete jungles of our metropolises. Let's have a look at their incredible work.
Photography Factual, sponsored by The Farm.
5 family squads, and all the information about that particular family would only go to that one squad.
Tim Cragg, Fear City, New York versus the Mafia.
Conference room one day and said, we're not leaving the room until we have a written document of how we work organized crime cases under the RICO statute. We didn't know anything about the RICO law, frankly.
Will Edwards, Michael O'Halloran, Marina Abramovich takes over TV.
A low, loping shadow wolfs into a dog. And a boulder up ahead.
Johnny Shipley, drone camera team, John Livesey, the Great Mountain Sheep gather.
Stands up, opens its eyes, and becomes a U.
Richard Kirby, Sue Gibson, Max Kerbel, Robert Hollingworth, Tiny World, Island.
Is a dwarf gecko's superpower. So small, so light, he literally walks on water.
And the BAFTA goes to Johnny Shipley, Joan Camera Team, and John Livesey for the Great Mountain Sheep Gather.
Wow. Thank you, BAFTA, for this incredible honour.
And thank you also to Andrew and the rest of the Eskdale community.
Thanks for letting us bring our flock of drones to shoot your flock of sheep.
Now they were the real stars. So thanks to Barbara and Brambles and Margaret and Aretha. She's got a great bleat. And Patricia and Lisa and Dolly, no relation to the famous one. And Becca, Joyce, Meg, Paris, Tina, Zarina.
Up next is Photography and Lighting Fiction, sponsored by Screen Skills High-End Television Skill Fund. Anyone can pick up a camera or light a room, but these nominees are the masters. From an opening shot, the audience know what time period they're in, or if they're on a different planet entirely. Let's have a look at how these masters did it.
Photography and Lighting Fiction, sponsored by Screen Skills High-End Television Skills Fund.
That smells nice. What is that?
Come here and find out.
Ed Rutherford, Little Birds.
Now I live. How truly I do.
Susie Lavelle, Normal People.
Nothing more terrible, nothing more true.
Rob Hardy, Devs.
This is a special way of being afraid. No trick dispels. Religion used to try. That vast moth-eaten musical brocade created to pretend we never die.
Xabier Kirchner, Small Axe.
And the BAFTA goes to Xabier Kirchner for Small Axe.
Thank you, BAFTA, for this award. Wow. I never thought I'd win something like this. I never even thought I'd be nominated for something like this. And if I'm honest, I never even thought a show like this would get made, you know, much less me being attached to it. This isn't mine. This is Steve McQueen's, man. Steve, you are an absolute force. You're a beautiful human being. Thank you so much for making these films, for telling these stories and inviting me along on your journey. Thank you to the entire crew. This is for you. Tommy, Ian, Adrian, Phoebe, everyone who dedicated and rallied. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to my parents. You know, I wouldn't be here without you. When a little boy from the Caribbean says, I want to make films, I mean, y'all must have thought I was crazy. But you stood by me through thick and through thin, and you helped me wherever you could, and you supported me, and you never discouraged me. And I'm eternally grateful for that. Wagwan to the Caribbean, Wagwan Antigua. Every youth man out there that thinks that a dream is impossible, I never thought I would be here. It is. It's 100% is. So go on with the thing. Keep dreaming. Keep making. Thank you so much. Good night.
So for the special visual and graphic effects category, I'm thinking we start off with me in space, where this massive ship flies past me and then sort of sucks me into its tractor beam, and then we transported to the bridge where these green little slimy aliens, do the alien bit. So the aliens come at me full throttle, and they're like full throttle coming at me, and I pick up this machine gun, it's a laser gun because of space, and I'm like, die! Die, aliens, scum, die!
We're gonna stop you.
No, you're not going to stop me. You have said no to every suggestion that I put out today. I don't care if you don't like So Solid Crew, all right? I don't care if you think jollof rice cakes are too spicy. We are doing this, all right?
Okay, sure.
What? Susie?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes! Yes! Get me super melts, John.
Wow, that was amazing. That was the best part of the show. No expense spared. It was like whoosh, guns and slime. And I was just like, oh, thank you, BAFTA. That was really worth the extra budget. And so it's just been brought to my attention that you didn't actually see any of that.
You know what? I give up. Let's see the nominees for special visual and graphic effects. Special visual and graphic effects. Michael Illingworth, Oliver Milburn, Danny Hargreaves, Olivier Onyu, Laura Yusei, Pedro Dagosta, War of the Worlds. Ben Turner, Reese Ewing, Chris Reynolds, Asa Shaw, Framestore, Untold Studios, The Crown. Russell Dodgson, James Whitlam, Jean-Clément Sauret, Robert Harrington, Dan May, Brian Fisher, His Dark Materials. Milk VFX, DNEG TV, Free Folk, Goodbye Kansas Studios, Greg Fisher, Dave Houghton, Cursed. And the BAFTA goes to Russell Dodgson, James Whitlam, Jean-Clément Sauret, Robert Harrington, Dan May, Brian Fisher, His Dark Materials.
Hi everyone, and thank you BAFTA for this great honour. Myself, James, Brian, Dan, Rob and JC would like to thank all of our respective team members across the Creature Effects Department, the Painting Practice, Technicolor and Framestore, as well as Danny and his team at Real SFX for their amazing work this season. Philip Pullman continually throws new visual challenges at us, and you have all risen to those challenges time and time again, so thank you. To Bashir Lalik and Stephen Harron and the team at Framestore, thank you for helping us to continue our creative journeys from home this year. It was a really hard task to accomplish, and you guys were central to that. To Bryony, Jack, Mike, Rob Duncan and Mark, me and James want to thank you and the rest of the VFX production team for sticking by us this year. We couldn't have done it without you. Next, to HBO, the BBC and Bad Wolf, a huge thank you, and to the creative powerhouse that is Jane Tranter, Dan McCulloch, Joel Collins and Jack Thorne. You are a dream to work with, and we can't wait to carry on working with you this season. And to the directors, editors, cast and the entire crew, thank you for being so lovely to work with. And last but not least, to our families, this year more than ever, we have needed your support, care, love and trust to allow us to do these jobs, so thank you. So finally, thank you to everybody that voted for us, and thank you to everybody that worked on the show. I hope you are all safe and well. Lots of love, thank you.
Next up is our award for titles and graphic identity. The opening titles for a show can totally define the atmosphere for the rest of a series, telling us the narrative of a piece through graphics in 90 seconds or less. So I thought we'd do this in language you visual boffins can understand. This entire section will be presented using a trailblazing font that defined a generation. Comic Sans. Titles and graphic identity.
People all around me, and they're all in fear.
Nick Benz, Mickey Kato, Fear City, New York versus the Mafia.
And I pull the shade so I won't see them seeing me. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time.
Peter Anderson Studio, Dracula.
I had to open the bruise up and let some of the bruise blood come out to show them, come out to show them.
Matt Curtis, Devs.
Come out to show them, 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 come out.
Peter Anderson Studio, Roald and Beatrix, The Tale of the Curious Mouse. And the BAFTA goes to Nick Benz, Mickey Kato, Fear City, New York versus the Mafia.
Thank you for this honour. Thanks to Netflix and Sam Hopkinson at Raw. Thank you, God, for all the amazing people we get to work with.
And thank you, BAFTA.
Thank you.
To present the award for Writer Comedy, we have one of the stars of the heavily nominated Small Axe and I Hate Susie. Please welcome Nathaniel Martello White, looking dapper in the suit.
Thank you very much. Looking awesome in the dress.
Why, thank you. I thought you'd never say.
This award celebrates the genius of comedy writers, and wow, have we needed it this year. Thank you for making us laugh and smile. Here are the nominees.
Writer Comedy.
Right, so actually it's fine to go to a hospital full of coronavirus patients and shake hands with absolutely everybody.
Charlie Brooker. Charlie Brooker's antiviral wipe.
Evidence is, well, I'll hand over to the experts, but our judgment is wash. Washing your hands is the crucial thing.
Yeah, wash your hands while you sing Happy Birthday twice.
Before you shake hands, obviously.
I was trying to show him how to get past level 5 on Theme Hospital, and he ended up throwing a Muller corner at me, and it hit me right there.
Daisy May Cooper, Charlie Cooper, This Country.
Look, I don't know if you can see it. And ironically, the corner of the Muller corner hit me right in the corner of my cornea.
Blue jeans and a green jumper. Like Alison? Oh, gosh. Yes. Would be like twins.
Captain?
This.
Writing team, Ghosts.
No. We're saying you get up in the morning and you can wear whatever you like. Thomas is wearing double denim with aviators.
So.
And Mary is wearing a dress made out of seashells.
With a simple lobster hat.
Still wouldn't change a thing.
He's having a baby.
Sophie Willan, Alma's Not Normal.
They're having a family. They're a family now. And I'm on my own. I'm completely alone, Glenn.
It's Jeff. And the BAFTA goes to Sophie Willan, Alma's Not Normal.
Hello, BAFTA. I'm shocked to be saying this, hello, BAFTA, but it's fabulous. I just want to say thank you so much for my nomination. It's incredible. And obviously thank you for my win, because I've recorded this in advance as if I might have won, but I might not have won. But if I have won, whoa, that's freaking brilliant, really, isn't it? Fantastic. I'd like to thank everybody, my amazing producer, Jill Isles, Expectation, the production company, Kate Doughton and Shane Allen at BBC, the brilliant director Andrew Chaplin, Pollyanna McGurr at UTC Artist Management, and everybody really. I've been very, very lucky with the cast, the crew, and the whole shebang. Thank you so much.
Our next writing award is for drama, and these 4 nominees have created irresistible characters who have drawn us into their worlds, full of emotion and very real, touchable life moments. The nominees for writing drama are...
Writer Drama.
Are you sure? Yes. Yeah, I'm sure. He's just stood there.
Michaela Cole, I May Destroy You.
Who are you calling? Nat West. Terry, I'm calling the police. Who else am I going to be calling right now? What for? Rape? Some rape, bro, remember?
This government will never take up its responsibility to you and this community, not unless it sees people on the street.
Alistair Siddons, Steve McQueen, Small Axe.
Demonstration.
We're not in Trinidad now, boy. This is Notting Hill.
This is Notting Hill. This place, the Mangrove, it is Notting Hill. Whether you can recognize so or not, this is the front line.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I should be able to look at the pictures and go, oh, hey, there's me with a cock in my hand. And my son should be able to look at those pictures and go, oh, hey, there's Mum with a cock in her hand, you know?
Lucy Prebble, I hate Susie.
Is that what you actually think?
No, it's not what I actually... Of course not. But I should be able to think that, when in reality, of course, I'm just like everybody else. I'm looking at those pictures and going, you know, what an absolute slut.
There's nothing inherently dirty about desire.
Lucy Kirkwood, adult material.
On what porn were you watching? We're not what we want, Hayley. We're what we do to get what we want. Lewis Carroll loved little girls, but every piece of information we have about him tells us he never acted on it.
Yeah, well, he didn't have Wi-Fi, did he?
And the BAFTA goes to Michaela Coel, I May Destroy You.
I imagine it can be as excruciating to read my drafts as it is to write them. So thank you, Various Artists Limited, my co-producers, BBC and HBO, for never ceasing to be attentive and thoughtful. Thank you to the actors for their talent, and Adam Morris for his patience and empathy as a first AD. Lines and locations could change at the microsecond. Time and time again, throughout this process, I learned that it was okay to change my mind, to change the narrative, and to trust my instincts. As a human who writes and as a writer that's human, I want to remember these lessons forever. I would like to thank every draft. There are hundreds of them, each living only briefly and sacrificing themselves so the version we watched that won this BAFTA could exist. Thank you, and thank you, BAFTA.
Alas, much like the proposed European Super League, this is all over much too soon. A massive congratulations to tonight's nominees. You are all winners. And to tonight's actual winners, you can now all sit back content in your armchairs, knowing that someday in the next 12 months, Royal Mail might finally forward on your very own BAFTA. In the meantime, I suggest you can practice holding random objects around the house and giving speeches in your gym jams. Thank you again to Mad Dog 2020 Casting, our official TV craft partner, and all of our category sponsors. Well, I tried to give you innovation and carnival vibes and Nigerian caterpillar cakes, and in many ways, I have failed you. But in this one regard, I did not, because yes, as promised, for one night only, flying in on an inflatable rubber ring and singing their biggest hit is Aswad! Cut! What? No, Aswad. Aswad's gonna... Dude, just... Oh, God. Are we gonna just gonna carry the thing and... Fine, Don't turn around. I don't want you to see my heart breaking. Don't turn around. I don't want you seeing me crying. Just walk away. I'm letting you go.
Baghdad Central, the third day, the Crown against Roadkill. They'll slug it out like Tyson against Holyfield. Now these composers know the deal, using their motor skills to play chord progressions that will make us all emote and feel. They're playing crotch hits and minims, semi-breves, quavers, lots of different rhythms. And as the plot twist thickens, they'll use new instruments to bring the director's vision to fruition.